I'm Brian. This is Demrats Kayak Fishing. I ought to just call it Demrats Kayaking because there wasn't a whole lot of fish caught today. But today we're going to show you a video of us going to Hog Island Gully in Cameron, Louisiana. And I'll probably repeat that a couple times, just like my previous video where I repeat myself a lot. But anyway, and then I'm going to go over some stuff with this kayak. It was the very first time that I had it out on the water today. I just picked it up Friday over at Field and Stream. This is the Field and Stream Shadowcaster, all right, in the winter color. Now I'm going to just kind of go over my setup because you'll see a lot of videos already that's out there that they cover everything about, you know, the seat raising up, all that shit. But anyway, I'll just go over my setup and maybe some do's and don'ts. And I guess this is really for the people that are thinking about getting this kayak. Okay. Now you would know that as soon as I start to film this video, it's looking like it wants to rain. Felt a couple drops. No surprise here in August in freezing southwest Louisiana. Alright, so this is the Shadowcaster, like I said. And I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I did to it. And, you know, I got ideas from watching, you know, I think I watched every single video on YouTube on the Shadowcaster before I went and bought it. And I'd like to give a shout out to the videos that I liked the best was probably from that Jersey boy, Antonio A. I believe that's his name. But anyway, Antonio, if you ever get to see this, I enjoyed your videos. And, hey, man, I drove to 2 Walmarts to find this ice chest that you said that would fit in here, and I hate Walmart. But anyway, I found it at Academy, and man, you were right. It does well. You know, I mounted my my rod holders on here, so instead of going with the crate, I went with this. All right, I went ahead and put some paddle clips on here because the ones that come on here, they're not worth the crap. These right here don't work good. So I put paddle clips on there. I use well nuts on here. This is the only place I use well nuts, but I figured in a spot like this it'd be a good idea to put in the well nuts. Hopefully it holds up. What I did, I said I would go over the do's and don'ts, or maybe advice, let's say. I got this Walmart paddle, I don't know, a few weeks back for my cheap Walmart kayak that I had. It's not long enough. My buddy was in a new canoe pursuit, and I'm not sure how long his paddle is, but it's a Werner. But man, it's like a whole blade like longer than mine. And what I found out is that I just have to work a lot harder with that paddle that I have, because it's not as long and the kayak's wide. So you know, your downstroke, you know, you're having to raise your arm higher to hit the water on the other end. So, you know, man, we did a whole lot of paddling today. I'm worn out. Man, this beer sure tastes good. Anyway, so I put that on there, cracking myself up. I put a fish finder on here. It's the Garmin Striker 4. And what I did was, I'm an electrician. I used a CGB. And I went ahead and went with the in-hole mounting it, and it was trial and error day, and man, that did not work out good. I thought that the transducer was screwed up until I pulled it out and I put it in the water, and it worked. So I don't know if it's maybe operator error or just it didn't like sitting on a hole. I don't know, maybe I need to watch more videos. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the transducer arm that's going to mount on the rail right over here, so that should work good. So I added a rod holder. I got this at Pack and Paddle in Lafayette, which is a nice shop, man. Some high-end kayaks. Maybe one day, you know, when I become a pro kayak fisher, you know. But let's see. This is for paddle, you know, like if I'm paddling and then I'm fishing at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and get another one and put it on the other side so I can just lay the paddle across. I got my beer holder, my drink holder right here. Yak Attack, and I don't remember all the brands. It's like Yak Attack, Railblazer. Anyway, and you don't see this very often. Made in USA. I went ahead and put one of these lever lock anchor trolleys on here. Man, I like it. My buddy, you know, his Pursuit is real new. That was his second time taking it out. And I know, I mean, I got it all fancy with some heat shrink, but I should have just put like a little knot there, like overhand knot, because when it goes through here, it goes through this guide, it snags right here. But you know, when an anchor's hooked up, it's not bad. It don't snag because it's pulling away from the kayak. But this is what kind of anchor I have, and I went ahead and man, I just put it right here in the rod holder. You know, but I'm careful though, because it's like I didn't go with the standard anchor that you see on most kayaks. So I went ahead and I put it right there. You know, I'm just be careful. I don't want to scratch my kayak up and poke any holes in it. I made me a cup holder with you know, just some hardware. You can buy the hardware, you know, the nut, the bolt, and all that slides in these rails. So this was like a $2 cup from Academy, man. I just made it, you know, just to throw like my my fingernail clippers in there, or you know, say I'm switching out baits. I just want to throw my bait in there, you know, just to get it out of the way so it ain't on the floorboard here. Let's see, right here they have these. Well, guess what, man? You can't slide anything on here. You know, if you want to take stuff off, you know, you'd have to take this off every time. So I went ahead and opted to take it off. Okay, and what we did was we stacked Alex's kayak on top of mine in the bed of my truck. So I had to get some of this stuff off, you know, everything that would come off that I could, and get it out of the way. So that's what I went ahead and did. I wanted to go ahead, and it's not a total review, but what I did want to say was that, yeah, man, it is heavy, okay? It's a heavy kayak, but man, it's stable as hell. It really is, man. I got up. I'd never stood up in a kayak besides Alex's. And man, I didn't even think about it. After I stood up and I realized I was good to go, man, I just stood up and I fished. Or let's say I threw my line out because we didn't catch crap today. But man, it's stable. Real stable. So anybody that's questioning that, you know, from all the videos, it is a stable kayak, man. I call this like the poor man's feel-free lure. Was it the 11.5? I guess that's the closest thing to this. And anyway, it's designed very much like it, but man, I don't know why it's much heavier. But anyway, I keep my battery in here. You know, and I did it like one of them do-it-yourself boxes. You know, you get those at Walmart, the Devil store. And you know, I just did that and made sure it was watertight. And speaking of watertight, man, I got no water in my hull whatsoever. None. Very happy about that. See, this is my transducer that I was rigged up and all that. Man, didn't work. Maybe somebody else has some advice on that. But I'm going to put a transducer on, so never mind. And man, okay, speaking of water, or on the water, I got a little bit of water right here. You know, that's to be expected. The scupper plugs wasn't pushed in all the way. And man, it could have been leaking off my paddle too. But this is the only area that I got water. And I think like I had a little bit back here, man, but that could have been from me tumping over my ice chest or whatever when we were moving the kayak. So, but I mean, there's scupper holes right there, so no big deal. But anyway, okay, I guess that's oh, hold on, I was about to shut it down. Going back to Antonio, man, I really like that X-Wing that he put on his. Look up Antonio if you want to see some pretty cool mods. Oh, I ain't finished. I wanted to add some more stuff. The X-Wing, man, it's cool. I like it. Man, it's a cool idea. But I don't know if it maybe takes away some of the storage in this area, you know, like if I want to throw my tackle box up here, you know, I don't know if maybe in this area if it's going to be like too much in the way. But man, I mean, something that I would like to add is maybe one of them stand-up bars, just because it'd be cool, something to spend some money on, huh? But I'd like to maybe put one of those in here. And okay, this is what I wanted to get at. Trolling motor. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm gonna put a trolling motor and mount it. I got some buddies that can hook me up with some aluminum, probably like 1/2 inch aluminum right here, and make like a transom plate deal right there. I'm gonna do like everybody else does, and you know, I'm gonna pass my cables through there. But my idea is, I used to be a bicycle mechanic a long time ago when I was like 18 years old. I'm thinking about maybe putting like some you know, the cable for a bicycle that passes through the housing, you know, for all your bicycles that have bicycle cables, and passes through that, man. And you know, just grease it up, you know, occasionally and all that, so it slides through real good. But that's my idea. I'm not really sure. I guess I'll have to watch you guys videos again. Hold on, need a sip of beer. I'll have to watch some more videos. Some guys have pretty cool ideas about putting in a trolling motor. Some of them look ghetto as hell. I ain't gonna lie, they look ghetto. But some of you have some pretty cool ideas, and they came out really good. Oh man, and one last thing that I forgot. I use a dog leash. I think I got that at Academy for 10 bucks. And man, it works pretty good. It's 16 foot, so you know, your needs may call for something else. But anyway, it's a good idea, and so far it worked for me really good. Alright, thank you for watching. Demrats, Kayak, supposed to be fishing. The rain's moving in. We decided to come in. We're loading kayaks up. This is the first time to stack them like this in my truck. So kind of trial and error, but works out pretty good. Just kind of pain in the ass, you know, because of the pawpaw camper, to get in there and bend down, especially when you're 80 years old like I am. But anyway, we got the rain moving in. Saw some lightning strikes, so it was time to head in. But man, it was nice coming in because of all the wind was blowing at our back. And something's on fire, I guess. Burning the marsh, huh? Anyway, Alex didn't catch shit today.
Didn't catch shit either.
Hey, I caught 2 crabs and a stick. I only saw 1 stick on yours.
No, I did catch something. I caught a sunburn.
Yeah, caught a sunburn. All right, over and out.